I'll never forget my early days as an entrepreneur and how much I wish I had community. I wish I knew the information that was going to help me scale. And I would pray and I would just be like, Lord, if you could just help me to find the rooms, help me to find the community, the people who I can bounce ideas off, who are going to help me, who are going to teach me, I was going to scale. Lord, I would get in those rooms and I would soak it up and scale. Stay with me because everything I'm about to tell you helped me change my life, but also scale my business. Hey girl, hey, my name is Dayana, your networking coach. I help shy and small entrepreneurs get into the right rooms to help them scale. I teach them skills and strategies because anyone can walk into a networking room, but with the right skills and strategy, you will actually capitalize and walk out with opportunities, collaboration, and investments, babe. And I'll never forget this internship that literally fell into my lap. And I was like, it came out of nowhere. I wasn't even looking for it, right? And I'll never forget my first day of this internship. It just felt aligned. It was about marketing, something I really wanted to know about in that era of my entrepreneur journey. And I'll never forget the first day. I walked into that room and it was like God literally threw me into the fire. God said, oh, you want to pray about this? Oh, this is what you want? I'm throwing you into the fire. Because I prayed about it for so many years, and finally God was like, all right, bet, here you go. And I'm so grateful for that internship because it was the beginning of me learning how to network. It was the beginning of me learning how to walk into these rooms and literally own them. And after learning all that I did from there and finally finding my first ever networking event, I stayed in every single one because I'll never forget one of the key speakers in that event. She was like, rooms like this are the ones you need to stay in. And I took it verbatim. I was in every single networking event room, and that's why I'm who I am today. The networking coach, the networking queen. So if you're an entrepreneur and you're like, I need to find the right rooms, I've been trying to get out of my shell and get into rooms that are going to help me scale, baby, stay with me because everything I'm about to tell you helped me change my life, but also scale my business. Ask you something real quick. How many of you have gone to a networking event, stood in the corner and smiled awkwardly, or collected a few business cards, went home, and then what happened? Nothing. That once was me too because nobody taught me how to network. I literally had to go through years and years and years, me of going to so many networking events to learn everything that I'm about to give you. And that's a big thing in the beauty industry as well. We literally go to events, we take cute pictures, and then we go home. No, it's time to create opportunities for yourself, babe. We get taught how to do lashes, how to build skincare lines, how to create a brand, but nobody sits down and say, here's what's going to actually help you get into the rooms and actually grow. And let me tell you something, networking is not about being the loudest in the room. It's not about being an extrovert. It's not about fake smiling, handing out cards to strangers. Real networking is the kind that actually opens doors. Real networking is about being genuine. Real networking is about building genuine relationships with the right people in the right spaces at the right time, right? In the beauty industry, who you know can really help open doors for you that portfolio will not, right? Who you know or being in the right room is going to give you the tips that your portfolio, people are not just going to come into your DM or just randomly give you free information, right? You have to pay for those. You have to pay for mentors, master classes. But going to these events, knowing everything knowing the back end of your business and your analytics is going to help you to ask the right questions and get your investments worth, depending on the event that you're going to. The right room will pull a different version of you out. So let me give you the 3 steps I wish someone had told me. So let's go ahead and get into it. Step 1, identify the room. Know where your people are. Before you can network, you need to know where to show up. Not every room is your room, and wasting time in the wrong spaces will drain you. So let's go ahead and break down different places to go, right? So number 1, beauty industry events and trader shows. I'm talking about Cosmo, the makeup shows, and then another one can be those brunches. How there's marketing in mimosas, there's marketing in business, like cute brunch gatherings. Atlanta is really known for those. It's a great other networking events that you can go to. Me personally, those were the ones I went to just because it had more of a diversity of type of entrepreneurs that you can meet versus just beauty entrepreneurs, right? And then we can go to 3, local and regional beauty events. You don't have to always fly somewhere. Look for beauty mixers, pop-ups, entrepreneurships, event in your city. Search on Eventbrite, Instagram, Facebook. Those were literally some of the places I would look when I first started my entrepreneur journey. Well, my networking journey. Eventbrite, was huge for that. When it comes to Instagram, it is very important who you follow, because a lot of my events that I find are literally based off my followings or someone who reposts something and I'm like, oh my gosh, I love this. And my algorithm understands that I love going to networking events, so it keeps pushing it on my timeline, even as ads, right? 4, online communities. LinkedIn, I hear LinkedIn is really big. Personally, I have not found an event off LinkedIn, but I know in the more professional space, LinkedIn is going to be really good for finding networking events. Again, Instagram, Facebook group for beauty entrepreneurs. The beauty industry has incredible online communities where relationships are built daily. Don't sleep on showing up digitally. Also, Threads. Threads has been the community, really a real community platform lately. A lot of people will share, hey, we're doing gathering creators mixer locally, and Threads is really good for bringing its local people together as well. So definitely check out Threads. Post, is anyone hosting an event soon? Or I'm looking for beauty events. I'm looking for business events. I'm new to Tampa. Just post what's going on where you are in life. And I'm sure you're going to find someone who already knows what's going on in the city and they're going to connect you. Number 5, rooms built specifically for women entrepreneurs. This is something I feel deeply about. Women-focused networking spaces, like I've created with She's in the Room. These exist because we need safe spaces, that feel safe, intentional, and built for our growth, of real community. And you're going to have to feel your way through different communities and see what really makes sense for you. Because I don't want you just in any room. I want you in rooms that actually feel like they align with you, right? Because not everything is made for everyone. So whatever room feels like it makes sense for you, be in that room. Your homework for step 1, because I personally like to give homework, would be write down 3 events or spaces, online or in person, where your ideal connection would be made. And that would be your starting point. Just show up, sis. You don't even have to have it all together, but just show up and be in the room. Once you start showing up, you'll see that these networking rooms are not scary, and we're not mean in these rooms. I promise. Step 2, approach with intention. Step 2, approach with intention. So basically, when I think of approach with intention, it's very important to do an audit of your business. Where are you right now? Where are you in your business? Are you somewhere where you need more help with marketing? Are you somewhere you need more help? You need an assistant. It's too much going on. You're making too much sales. You can't delegate and you need someone to come in. What do you need in your business? It is very important to really go and look at your back end of your business before you start to just show up to events, right? Because that's where a lot of people go wrong. They'll pay so much money to go to these networking events and they did not even audit their business. So now you're just in these networking rooms, not asking the right questions. You made this investment and you don't know what your business needs. If you really want to capitalize, you have to do an audit of your business before you walk into the room, right? So, approach with intention. How to introduce yourself without shrinking. So you found the room, you showed up, now what? This is where most of us freeze. We don't know what to say. We don't want to seem too eager. We don't want to feel rejected, so we shrink. And that's never the answer. I always tell my girls, when you are in that room, you are very much that girl. You should never be shrinking. That's why it's important to do that internal work before you walk into these rooms, because there's going to be a variety of different people. There's going to be people who are already experts in their field, and you should not shrink yourself just because you're next to an expert. Remember, you are her, and your business is very much that girl too, period. And I'm going to say this with love, again, basically, stop dimming yourself in rooms you prayed to enter. I'm gonna say it one more time. Stop dimming yourself in rooms you prayed to enter. You're very much that girl. Just make sure when you walk into these rooms, you have that clarity, right? You belong there. Your business deserves a strong introduction. So let's build one. So this is my 3-part formula, right? This is basically an elevator's pitch. It's very important to have an elevator's pitch when you are going into these rooms. An elevator's pitch is who are you, what you do, and why does it matter, right? Who are you? Your name, what you do, simple, clear, confident. Don't over-explain, don't undersell yourself. Or for me, mine would be just like my introduction with you guys today. Hello, my name is Dayana. I am your networking coach. I help shy and small entrepreneurs get into the right rooms to help them scale by teaching them skills and strategies, because anyone can walk into the room, but with the right skills and strategies, that's how you really convert. Yes, that was a little bit different from when I first said it, but I still have the gist of what my introduction is and what I do. And that when I introduce myself, people already know exactly who I am based off my introduction. Part 2, you don't have to start off with your pitch, okay? I don't want you to just walk up to someone and say hello and have your pitch. Babe, slow down. Get let's build something. Let's pull them in first, right? One thing I love to do, I love to compliment. That's just me, right? I love a baddie. And one thing I love to compliment, if I like your shoes, and be genuine about it, not fake. If I like your shoes or an outfit that you have on, I'll compliment you. And that's a great way to pull people in, right? Oh my gosh, I love your top. And then us being girls, oh my gosh, thank you so much. And 90% of the time, the girl is going to tell you, especially if you're talking to me, exactly where she got her outfit, right? From there, that's when you can be like, hi, what brings you here, right? Oh, I seen that. You get the conversation going. You brought them in. You started to see who they are. And then you introduce yourself and already have your pitch. That way, when it gets to that introduction, we finally exchange names, it comes off great and you have built trust and you're not losing your person, because first impressions are everything. If you are saying or you're listing everything that you're doing, you're going to lose people, because let's keep it short. And then as you guys continue having a conversation, you build on that and you tell them everything else that you do. But remember, people remember how you made them feel more than what you said, right? So that compliment goes a long way, especially if you talk to me. I love me a good compliment. I do. And then part 3, create a reason to connect again, right? Before you walk away, give the relationship somewhere to go. For example, me personally, I love to get people's Instagram. I'm a face person. So I'll DM them, oh my gosh, I would love to grab coffee. If they're a Pilates person, which there are questions you could have asked them when you were getting to know them, let's do Pilates. If they're local, let's go to a Pilates class together. Something where it doesn't have to be too serious, but depending on the nature and where you're at, there's different things you can do. For example, I'm actually hosting an event next month. I'd love to send you the info. Invite them to your event. Or again, if you're super businessy and you don't want to do the cute coffee or the Pilates, you can meet each other for dinner. I think you can never go wrong with dinner. What this does is you plant a seed. Not every conversation becomes a collaboration immediately, right? But every genuine connection is a door that might open later. So many times I've had opportunities where it's not an immediate collaboration, but I've been booked to speak at events. I've been flown to Toronto based off follow-ups. Well, based off planting a little seed that eventually became something, right? I've literally built my brand one room at a time, one conversation, one genuine connection at a time. Listen, when I go to the events, I don't do business cards. That's just me. I don't do business cards because I want your social media. I'm not a big name person. If I have to remember names and emails, we are doomed. But I can remember faces. So I always get everyone's Instagram, and I'm building my LinkedIn now, so I get everyone's LinkedIn as well. But I built my business one person at a time, one connection at a time. And building your business, it does not happen overnight, but it does happen when you show up consistently and with intention. Intention is everything. So the numbers that you see me have has been one person at a time, one conversation at a time. And hey, maybe along the way, someone has referred me, someone has seen my content and they followed. But when I am in these networking rooms, it's one person at a time, unless I'm a speaker. And then it's like a whole bunch of people, hey, y'all, what's going on? But yes, by the way, if you love the information I'm giving you right now, and you want the full framework for introducing yourself, following up within the beauty industry, including scripts and templates you can use word for word, I have an ebook linked down in the bio. Make sure you go ahead and click that and go ahead and grab my ebook. I literally teach you everything from very beginning to very end, converting. I give it to you, all of it. Everything that I do is all in there. I think I'll put a QR code somewhere. Click the code. All right, step 3, follow up with purpose. This is where the magic happens. This is the steps that separates women who are building a network from women who are just collecting contacts, right? Closed mouths don't create opportunities, and forgetting connections don't either. Most people go to networking events having amazing conversation and then nothing. Life gets busy, cars get lost, months go by, and the relationship just dissolves. But I want better for you, babes. And that's again, one of the reasons why I don't just collect contacts, I collect Instagrams. I take videos. When I'm at events, one thing you will always notice about me, if you don't follow me on Instagram, make sure you follow the girl on Instagram. But one thing about me, I'm always taking videos that I can always remember our memories. I have your face locked into my head along with your name. It's easier for me to follow up. Listen, I don't play around about the follow-up. It's money in the follow-up. That's where the real networking happens. My rule is within 48 hours, I like to follow up. Not immediately same day, because again, a lot of different things are going on. You want to let them get along a little bit, and then you reintroduce exactly who you are. This is non-negotiable if you want to build a real network. Right? What do you say? You're probably thinking, what do I say? For one, keep it simple, warm, personal. Reference something specific from the conversation so it don't look like a copy and paste message, right? So if there was something super funny that you guys got along, or if the host said something and you guys agreed on it, if you guys got the same something like food or anything that really clicked and you felt, I like this about her, or just whatever you remember as a key moment of your conversation, it's always great to reference that because it's probably a key moment for them as well. So you would say something like, hey, their name. It was great connecting with you at this event. I love what you shared about this specific thing. I'd love to stay in touch, and I think there's a lot of alignment in what we are building. That's it. Not a pitch, not an ask, just a genuine touch point that keeps the door open, right? And you have to read the connection that you built. You feel me? Sometimes you just need something simple and you guys basically just continue to feel each other's vibes. Or if you had such an amazing time to where, let's say one time I met this amazing lady. She had a juice brand, right? So I basically pitched her, hey, let's collaborate. Let me create some content for you, some free UGC content, because again, at this point I was trying to build, right? Creating content. That way people seeing what I can do, and also she was smaller too. But let me create some UGC content for you, and she was down for it. We created content, period. Now she has something, I have something. Now I can put it in my portfolio. I'm always thinking about portfolio also, just because, especially depending on who you are as an entrepreneur or creator or influencer, having a portfolio is everything, so you can show what you can do, right? So me personally, I had it to add it into my portfolio. What's another example of when I pitched myself were networking events? There was the one in Toronto, Washington, D.C. And basically people seeing what I can do, I was pitched for other ones more locally, like my girl, what did she call it? I think it was like cupcake, something, content and coffee. It was more locally, but pitch when it feels right. Keep it simple. Just have an open door. Just read the room and what kind of conversation you guys had. And if you have any questions about that right there, put it in the comment and I would love to answer it for you. But over time, make sure that you are nurturing the relationship, especially if you guys have each other on social media. Make sure you're liking, comment, sharing, basically continuing on building that relationship. See if you can invite them to things, check in, send a voice note, be a real person, right? The beauty industry and the business industry as a whole is relationship driven. The women who rise in this space are the ones who pour into their network as much as they pull from it. Pour into each other, and that's how we all rise. Period. So let's walk back through all the 3 steps. Step 1, identify the room, know where your people are, and show up. Step 2, approach with intention. Introduce yourself clearly, get curious about others, and give the relationship somewhere to go. Step 3, follow up with purpose within 48 hours every single time. And I promise you are going to be in those rooms and you are going to be remembered. Building your network is not something that happens to you. It's something that you actively have to build, right? With prayer, intention, consistency, and showing up even when it doesn't feel comfortable. Your gift will make room for you, but you still have to walk through the doors. When I first started, all I knew is I wanted to be in the rooms, and I went one room at a time, one step at a time. Do not set no huge goal for yourself. When I first started, it was about just being in a room. And then as I continued to get into the rooms, it was about talking to one person. I'll never forget the time I took a shot before I went to a networking event because it was just so much anxiety, right? But as I continued to go to these rooms, to the point where now people see me and they're like, I can't imagine you being nervous. I can't imagine you being shy. I took it one room at a time and I learned my brand. I got clarity within myself, and now I own the rooms. I'm known as the networking coach. Dang it. So let me officially introduce this to my YouTube channel, right? Because I think Instagram already knows about this. Welcome to She's in the Room. I think that's a cute way to do it. Welcome to She's in the Room. I'm basically helping women like you get into the right rooms, feel prepared, confident, and connected when you get in there. If this video did anything for you, I want you to comment and share. Help me get to 5,000 subscribers. I'm on y'all behind. I think I should say I'm posting more. I think that's the better way to put it. I'm posting more, y'all. Yes, but until next time, make sure, again, comment, subscribe, share this with your mama, your daddy, your cousin, your sister, your favorite entrepreneur person, your beautypreneur person, your content creator, your influencer, because this information works for any type of industry. You just have to tweak it to whatever room you're in. But I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye, girlies.